Dear Grace, new format today. Streaming live. Just noticed my phone cable is about to break. But everything in my life is about to break, so it doesn't really matter. Still pissed off at the politicians, the system, everything. This is my plan, Grace. It's gonna sound an awful lot like the co-popes, but it kind of plays. Right, this is the plan, Grace. Maybe it's not like the co-popes. Here's my point. The system isn't horrific, but it could be so much better. And the way the system works right now, nothing has changed for my lifetime, 60 plus years, and I doubt anything will change. There's been no major change in the political system since it was formed, however many hundred years ago. And no offense, but a couple hundred years ago, people didn't have the exposure to knowledge that we do now. And they did the best they could. However, would now be a good time to look at government, considering what AI can and probably will do. So, here are my suggestions, Grace. Sorry if I don't sound very good, I just woke up. Gotta loosen the mouth up. Day 3 of fasting. Maybe I'll get some brilliant ideas today, Grace. Like keeping this live stream going 24 hours. Make it the Substack's longest Substack's longest live stream ever. The problem with my mouth is the speed of my brain. If I was the boss, first thing I would change or do is decide why we have provincial governments and a federal government when really isn't the goal of every Canadian basically the same? And how does separation of government like that help any single Canadian? I say, if whatever the government is regulating applies across all provinces equally, or even unequally, doesn't really matter. Driver's license is an example. Every province doesn't need to issue a fucking driver's license. There should be one for all of Canada, and then when you move, you don't have to go and redo all the bullshit. Just update your address online and it's done. Don't have to go to a fucking office and get another fucking picture taken, wait in line, waste half a fucking day for what? Driver's license from another fucking province? Who gives a fuck? It's fucking ridiculous. Driver's license, federal. Taxes. Again, why is it different for every province? It's a little invisible line I step over and all of a sudden it's a few percent more or a few percent less or whatever, but still, it doesn't make sense. Tax base. I don't know. To me, that seems like that might as well just fucking be federal too. Or I'm not sure. That's why I do this, Grace. Police. Do we really need city police and RCMP? And when city police are there, RCMP have to be in the same city anyway, for all the federal stuff they do. Which makes it seem like a waste. Because, let's face it, at one point the RCMP were kind of seen like the FBI, but they really aren't. The only difference really is they work across all provinces equally. But let's face it, they're mostly doing the regular day-to-day cop stuff. They're not out there investigating. They're not out there preventing crime. They're not out there using AI to go look through the internet for someone that they just took guns away from. I don't think they're using AI or Google before they go to a call. Check to see what kind of social media posts the person has, what kind of sites they're on. And that's all within their power. I could do that in 10 seconds right now. But I don't think they're doing that. I'm not saying Minority Report them. But I'm saying get your background in there. Figure out who you're dealing with. And maybe do a little investigating. Is this person going to be a problem in the future? I'm not saying they could have prevented the Tumbler Ridge shooting, but I'm wondering how hard and how many hours they spent investigating this kid prior. How many incidents were there? And was any further investigation done after those original incidents? Once again, that's where it's better to have a federal police force, so at least if the person is from another province or a city, all the criminal data is in one central location, accessible easily. No interdepartmental crap. I was talking yesterday, Grace, about the gay community, and I think not sure what I think, Grace. Sorry, back to politics. Let's be practical. How many MLAs and MPs are out there right now? I should ask Grok that. Once I'm sitting in front of the computer, maybe I'll actually use it. See if my R key's broken. But and the Y key. I can't go to any site that starts with Y. Greece. Unless it's bookmarked. Great, Grok. How many MLAs and MPs in Canada and their average salary? Alright, here we go, Grace. Federal level, 343 MPs. Base salary, $209,000 a year, pretty good. Salaries adjusted annually on April 1st. On private sector wage increases, a 4.2 raise is expected in April 2026. You know, I don't get any raise in disability. I've been on it 4 or 5 years. They get a 4.2 raise. Nice. Additional pay applies for roles like Prime Minister, $419,000. Other ministers, $309,000. Speaker, etc. Provincial and territorial MLAs or equivalent, 751. Average around 112,000. Total expense and salary alone is roughly 200 million, which isn't horrible, but what do we get for that 200 million? Anything of value? And I know the common argument is if you have a problem with immigration or something, you can go see your MLA or your MP and they'll help you with it. But if you have a problem with immigration, isn't the problem immigration? And shouldn't all the MPs and MLAs be fixing the immigration problem, not your individual immigration problem? This is what I think they should do. Slowly eliminate them, but since we can't do it overnight, although I'd like to fire every single one of them, have them become what they're supposed to do and represent the people or their constituents, and allow all their constituents actually give the members' plan to their constituents, saying this is what I plan on doing, if I can, and probably won't be able to. So what I think they should do is publish what the government's planning to do with certain bills in very plain English and how it will affect you, each individual Canadian. So if they want to do some new bill that affects everyone, then people should go to their MLA or MP and say, I don't like this bill, I think it's stupid, or I love this bill. And then the MLA or MP should sit there all day long listening to what people think, because isn't that their job? To listen to their constituents that elected them? And I'm not saying that it has to be all in person. People can send letters still, emails, text, whatever. But it'd be very easy to gather all that information and come up with a solid opinion of your constituents. And then as the MLA or MP, you go to Parliament and you vote based on what your constituents want. Not based on what the party wants, not based on whatever else. That would be a little bit better until we can eliminate them altogether and just have every single Canadian voting directly on everything. And a lot of people say, oh, that's a stupid idea and everyone's not going to vote for everything. Correct. However, there's ways around that too. It's called a proxy vote. If you're too lazy or too stupid to vote on the bill that's up in front of Parliament, you can proxy your vote to whoever. Maybe it's your MLA. Maybe you trust your MLA so fucking much that you're just like, here's my proxy vote. Because that's what it is, isn't it? They are deciding our yes or no for us. Often on party politics and nothing to do with the actual people on the ground. In my opinion. Grace. I might be wrong. Yes, Grok. Have any celebrities donated to the Tumbler Ridge Fund? No, there are no reports of any celebrities donating to causes related to the Tumbler Ridge shooting. Maybe they're doing it anonymously, Grace, but I'm not sure. TD Bank donated $250,000 to local crisis and mental health organizations. I'm not. CICB donated $100,000 to British Columbia Emergency Relief Fund. Multiple GoFundMe campaigns. Some raised over $300,000. Red Cross launched a dedicated appeal. Asking if any politicians donated. No, there are no public reports of federal MPs, provincial MLAs, Premier David Abbey, or EB, or whatever the fuck his name is, Prime Minister Mark Carney, or others making personal donations to relief efforts, victim funds, or GoFundMe campaigns. What politicians have done instead? Oh, condolences and statements. Many issued public messages of support. Yeah, I think I want to see cash to the victims. That's what I want to see. So they don't have to fucking worry about day-to-day life for a little while and just fucking get back to normality. Stupid idea, I know. Visits and vigils. Briefed on suspect's prior interaction with RCMP and Health Service. Health Service, again, another one that could be completely federal. Every single fucking province should have the same level of health care. There should be no difference. And if there's a difference, it should be because the people of the community have somehow created a cancer center or whatever else. Government level response, lowering mast flags to half mast. You'd think if a politician donated some money, they'd fucking say it. But whatever. I know doctors across provinces do share files and shit, but again, one system for all. The reason some people, like me, are excited about AI is we can see how it can process data that humans cannot. AI could go through 500 letters to an MLA and come up with a summary of the major points, who's pro, who's against, and why, how many people made the same point, an entire report, all sorts of data. Instead, if they're either voting yes or no just because of whatever party they're in, then what is the point? What is the point of $200 million? I don't see it. I realize I'm a lunatic, but still, it just doesn't make logical sense. No sense. Nonsense. Most traffic regulations apply across Canada. In a few weird areas like Northwest Territories where they're driving on ice roads, sure, it's a little different. But there can be adjustments, regional adjustments. You can have a federal government that adjusts regionally based on situations like that. It's not impossible. It's pretty easy to do. The only reason there should be provinces is pride. And I'm not talking about gay pride, I'm talking about pride. If you're proud of where you were born, whatever province or whatever province you're living in, then yeah. Get a tattoo of the flag of the province on your ass, I don't care. Have parades and special holidays for your province, I don't care. But otherwise, it's one country, one government. Controlled by the people, for the betterment of the people. Not the betterment of the politician, or their friends, or their friend's business, or they're whatever. Those arguments have all been made a million times before. People still don't fucking listen. I don't know why, but this is what needs to happen. There needs to be a change. Just change the whole fucking system. I say, put together a think tank, find 52 really smart people, have them build a plan that will transition us from a divided provincial system into one that we all agree upon. One that's smart enough to, like I say, balance our regional differences without having to change the entire fucking system, go to one province to another. No, we don't have to worry about the politicians. We know they'll all be fine. Probably already made enough backdoor deals to retire. The rest of the government support structure, all those people who've been milking the government union wages to do what? Stock a shelf? Why do we have BC liquor, Alberta liquor, Saskatchewan liquor, Ontario liquor? Just a cash grab for the provinces. But really, if you think about it, if that was federal, it could still be tracked where it came from. So, if you have one province that drinks a lot and brings in a whole lot of revenue, it's noted. So they know that if they're in Newfoundland, they're getting a bottle of Screech. There's $2 worth of tax on it. They know that at least will most likely go to fixing the roads, building a hospital. They're doing the things that government should be doing. Money won't bring back the kids, but it will help. With stress. The library was closed yesterday and today. Today I can understand, it's family day. Yesterday, why? And there was just a handwritten note on there too. Just like, fuck you, the library's closed. Why? Here's some updated news, Grace, in case you're not following this. I'm your only news source, which would be sad. School status, School District 59, Peace River South, announced students will not return to the current school site. Future plans prioritize safety/well-being, no reopening of the existing building. Schools closed immediately after incident, alternative arrangements in discussion. Good. I couldn't imagine those kids going back to that school. 12 and 13-year-old boys, no. What else could be federal? Army's already federal. Waste of time, but federal. What electricity? Let's create one federal electrical company and get the price down. All those different companies, they're all fucking advertising, all doing this, all doing that. It's all a waste of money. Everyone needs fucking electricity. The government builds most of the fucking facilities that provide electricity anyways. And then they sell to fucking other companies which then sell to fucking us. We can spend our tax dollars building a fucking dam and then sell us the fucking electricity directly and cheaply. As cheap as fucking possible. Nobody needs to make fucking profit on electricity. It should be a goddamn basic human right. Electricity, water, shelter. For everyone, every fucking Canadian. If we had a prime minister that ended homelessness, I'd carry him around on my shoulders. Give him a parade. But we don't even have one that cares about it, let alone ending it.